Okay, into a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. You can sit up on a block, on a blanket. You can sit right on your mat or on your shins. And just lower your gaze and close your eyes, whichever's more comfortable. And just start to check in with the body. Maybe do a quick scan, see where you're at. Maybe you've got up one spot that's a little bit sore, a little bit stuck. Maybe you can focus in on that spot. See if you can send your breath there. While you're doing that and just settling in, you can start to pay attention to your breath. No need to change it or to judge it. Just pay attention to what it's doing. Let's see if you can direct that breath deep down into the base of your lungs. We have 3 areas of inhalation. You can have the back of the throat breath. And you just kind of breathe really shallowly into the back of your throat. There's the mid chest and lungs breath, and just a nice medium breath. You fill up the mid part of your lungs. And then there's a deep belly breath, where you fill in every inch of your lung with air as you inhale. See if you can find that deep belly breath, inflating the front and the back of the lungs to their fullest capacity. Feel your chest and back moving outward in opposite directions. Next time you take one of those big full belly inhales, see if you can just pause at the top of your breath just for a second before exhaling, and then let it all out. And see if you can pause at the base of your exhale just for a beat, and then inhale back up to the top. You continue breathing with big full breath. See if you can check in with your spine. Find a string coming from the top of your head and pull up, elongating the back of your neck, back of your spine, opening up all those vertebrae. When you're ready, you can start breathing normally at your own pace. Gently open your eyes or raise your gaze up. And when you're ready, we'll start just by inhaling the arms up into the air, nice and tall. Reach out with your fingertips in all directions. See if you can pull your shoulder blades close together here and then let them go. Breathing nice big inhale here. And then exhale to the right side, placing your right hand onto the mat, reaching the left arm over top, spreading out in the fingers here. And check in with your sit bones, making sure both sit bones are pressing into the mat. And shine your chest towards the ceiling. Reaching in those intercostal muscles, stretching in that side body. On your next inhale, we'll come back to center. Exhale the opposite arm onto the mat, reaching that right arm over top. Pressing both sit bones into the ground. Reaching that arm above you, opening up those intercostal muscles in the side body. And on your next inhale, you can come back to center and gently fold forward, releasing your arms down to the mat. And elongate the spine, nice and long. Reach that tailbone down towards the mat. And with an exhale, you can roll forward, release the back all the way down. And on your next inhale, you can roll back up to sit. We'll make cartoon cactus arms. Make sure your elbows are in line with your shoulders. You're not pressing too far back or too far forward. Your wrists are in line with your elbows. Reaching those shoulder blades together here, and then release them down. Check in with the back of your neck. Make sure you're nice and long in your spine. We'll exhale, straighten the arms out to a nice big T. Inhaling here. We'll exhale, give yourself a nice big hug, reaching your fingertips behind your shoulder blades. If that's available to you, you can walk them towards each other in the back. Checking in with your shoulders, make sure you're not scrunching up to your ears. You can relax them down your back. Breathing here. On your next inhale, make nice big wide arms again into a T. Exhaling, change the crossing of the arms. You can walk those fingertips back around your shoulder blades. Checking in with the spine, checking in with the ribs, checking in with the shoulders. Make sure you're not scrunching up and eating your ears here. You can squeeze those shoulder blades down the back. Breathing here. On your next exhale, we'll release the arms to a nice big T. Inhale your arms up above your head, and then exhale, let them go. We'll straighten the legs out in front of us and pull the meat away from your sit bones if that's available to you. Flex your feet here nice and strong. Check in with your knees. Make sure if you need to put a slight bend in them, you're able to. Check in with that spine. Pull up on that string at the top of your head. And then from here, we'll just point the toes and flex the feet. Point the toes, flex the feet. Just kind of wake up those ankles. And when you're ready, we'll come back to a nice flexed foot. Bend one knee, place the ankle over the other knee. Check in with that back, nice and tall. You can pull that thigh into your chest here. You can hug it in nice and tight. If you're happy here, you can stay. If not, plant that foot down, and we'll hook the opposite elbow as knee around the knee and twist to the back for your nice gentle twist. Adjust your stance any way you need to. Inhale your spine nice and long here. Exhale, twist to the back of the room. Inhaling for a nice long spine. Exhaling to twist. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale here, and the next exhale, you can come over to the opposite side and do a nice little counter twist. Release your legs down. Bend your opposite knee, bring that foot to the outside of the other knee, making sure both feet are flexed here. Hug that thigh in nice and tight. If you're happy here, you can stay. If not, we'll take the opposite elbow, hook it around the knee, and then twist the body to the back of the knee. Inhaling for a nice long spine. Exhaling to twist just a little bit deeper. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale for a nice long spine. Exhale, twist to the back of the room. On your next inhale, you can come to a nice little counter twist. Exhale to the other side. And then when you come back to center, release those legs down, give your knees a little shake out. We'll come to a tabletop pose at the center of the mat. Tabletop pose, wrists are underneath elbows, underneath your shoulders. Spider on my mat. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Knees are underneath your hips. Nice long spine here. You can press into your fingertips to release out of that shoulder girdle. From here, take a nice big deep breath. Exhale it out. And we'll inhale, lift the left arm into the air. Breathing here in your twist. Reaching your arms in either direction. Exhale, thread that needle under, place the outer edge of the shoulder on the mat. Check in with the tops of the feet, see if they're still glued to the mat. You can walk that opposite hand out front. Breathing in. Exhale, bring that hand back, press into the mat, reach in the air with that left arm, and place it back down on the mat, tabletop pose. Inhaling the opposite arm into the air, reaching in both directions. Checking in with the tops of the feet, checking in with the hips. Make sure you're twisting from that midsection. And then exhale, thread that needle under, place the outer edge of that shoulder onto the mat. You can walk the opposite hand out in front. Breathing here. Exhale, bring that hand back, pressing into the ground. Push that opposite hand into the air. And then exhale, come back down to a tabletop pose. Cat-cow. Start by inhaling, dropping that udder down, shining the chest towards the front of the room. Exhaling, rounding in the back. Option to tuck the toes under here. Releasing in the neck. Nod your head yes here. You can shake your head no. Inhaling, tops of the feet down onto the mat, udder down, shining that chest towards the front of the room. Exhaling, rounding in the back. Option to tuck the toes under here. Releasing the neck down. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Continue doing this movement at your own pace, your own breath, linking breath to movement. You can start to introduce different motions into your flow. You can do S and C curves in the spine if you'd like. Round in the back, coming up. Incorporate your ankles and your feet, whatever you'd like to do. Or just traditional cat pose. And when you've had enough of that, you can come back to stillness. We'll tuck the back toes under, walk the fingers to the knees, and come up into Vajrasana? I don't remember. Just coming into your seated warrior position, tucking those toes under, helping your pinky toes if they need to. Just putting a nice stretch in the foot. If this is too much for you, you can walk forward on your fingers or back onto your knees. Release your toes, place your feet flat on the ground. And if you'd like, you can always lift your knees here for a nice little stretch on the top of the feet. Release your knees back to the mat when you're ready. Give your ankles a little shake out, a little twist. We'll come back to a tabletop pose. Reach the left arm out in front of you, right leg back behind you, flexing the back foot, reaching that arm out in front. Inhale, nice and long here. Exhale, bring that knee to elbow at the midpoint of the body. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, nice long body. Exhale, replace your hand and knee back down to the mat. Right arm into the air, extends out front. Left leg back. Reaching in either direction. Exhaling, coming to the midpoint of the body with the elbow and the knee. Inhale, nice long body. Reaching that foot to the back, hand out front. Exhale, elbow, knee together. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, replace your hand and your foot back down onto the mat. We'll tuck the toes under and press back into downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out your feet here. Your feet can be as wide or as close together as you'd like. Just gently wake up the back of the calves, pedaling out the feet one after the other. And when you're ready to come to stillness, we'll inhale the heels up into the air, nice and tall. And then exhale, bring them back down, reaching for the mat. Pressing the hips to the back corner of the room. Pressing into those fingertips, lifting out of that shoulder girdle. Breathing here in down dog. On your next inhale, we'll roll forward to plank. Breathing here, one full breath in plank. Then exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that heel towards the bum. Open up the thighs. Option to come into rock star pose here. Rock star, you just drop that foot back all the way back behind you and lift your arm into the air. Exhale, hands back to the mat, legs back in the air. Bring those bring those hips even. Keep that bend in that knee. Inhale, roll forward to plank, bring that knee to the elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, bend knee, roll forward to plank, elbow to knee to elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. One more like that, bringing that knee towards the elbow into plank. Exhaling back to three-legged dog. Place your foot back onto the mat for downward facing dog. We'll inhale the left leg in the air, three-legged dog. Exhaling, bringing that heel towards your bum. Inhale, opening the hips up. Option to drop that back foot to the ground for rock star pose. And place both hands back on the mat. And bring your hips square to the mat. Keep that knee bent. Then we'll roll forward to plank, bring that knee to the elbow. Exhaling back, three-legged dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank, bringing that knee to the elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to elbow, plank. Exhale, three-legged dog. Place that foot back down on the mat and hop or step forward. So you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Your first forward fold, your knees can be as bent as little or as much as you'd like here. Check in with the neck, make sure you can nod your head yes, check in with no. Breathe here, folding forward. Maybe with each exhale, straighten your knees a little bit. Maybe you fold a little bit forward. On your next inhale, place your hands on your shins. Nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. This time imagine that string coming on the top of your head again, this time pulling you down towards the ground. From here, bend the knees nice and deeply, resting that chest and belly on the thighs. Inhale back into a forward fold. Exhale all the air out and we'll inhale, roll up to stand. All right, we'll go into Surya Namaskar A. Standing in mountain pose at the front of your mat, feet hips width distance apart. Inhale your arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your right, then left foot downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling up for a low cobra and exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Your next inhale, you can hop or step to the front of the mat, so you're in a forward fold. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling to fold forward. And inhaling to roll up to stand. Inhale your arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your left and right foot downward facing dog. Rolling forward to plank for your optional vinyasa. Dropping your knees, chest and chin to the mat while coming into a cat-cow. Inhaling for a low cobra. And exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. Step forward or hop to the front of the mat, so you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rolling up to stand. Inhale, arms into the air. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward, planting the hands, step back with the right foot, then the left, downward facing dog. Rolling forward to plank pose, dropping your knees, chest and chin to the mat, or coming into a low cobra. Cat cow. Inhaling for a low cobra, and pressing back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Hop or step to the front of the mat, so you're in a forward fold. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, and inhale, roll up to stand. Exhaling here. Inhale, arms in the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands. Step back with the left, then right foot, downward facing dog. Rolling forward to plank. Exhaling, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. And exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, rolling up to stand. Exhale here. Inhale, arms in the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward, planting the hands, stepping back with the left, then right foot, downward facing dog. Rolling forward to plank pose, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra, and exhale, press back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. On your next exhale, you can step or hop forward. So you're going to forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward, and inhaling, rolling up to stand. Exhale here, we'll do one more round. Inhale, arms in the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward, plant your hands, step back with the right, then the left foot, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. And exhale, press back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Hop or step to the front of the mat. So you're in a forward fold. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll up to stand. Exhaling here. Left side. Inhale, arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands, step back with the left, then right foot downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. And exhale, press back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. When you're ready, you can hop or step to the front of the mat. So you're in a forward fold. Hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. And inhaling, rolling up to stand. Excuse me, I'm gonna be lost one. Okay, starting in Namastar B, we'll do a slightly different variation.
Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, feet are hips width distance apart. Inhale your arms into the air. Exhale, lower your bum, come down into chair pose. Breathing in chair. Exhale, folding forward, plant the hands. Nope, don't plant the hands. Hands on shins, nice long flat back on your inhale. Now exhale, plant the hands. And take the right leg back behind you so we're in a low lunge. Inhale your arms up into the air so you're in a high lunge. Bring your hands to heart center at the front of your chest. See if you can take the same elbow as his leg back and hook it over that front knee. And we'll come into a low lunge twist. Pressing that knee against the elbow, elbow against the knee, pressing those palms against each other. Breathing here. On your next inhale, we'll come back to the high lunge. Release your hands up above your head. Rotate that back heel down so you're in warrior one. Breathe here. Make sure that front knee is still bent. Exhale your hands back behind you and release your fingers back behind your back. Inhale your chest towards the ceiling, nice big breath. Exhale, bring that shoulder down to the knee, humble warrior. Inhale your chest back into the air. Inhale those arms above your head. Exhale, plant them on the mat, framing that front foot. We'll kick the front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank, optional vinyasa, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. And exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. Breathe here in down dog. On your next inhale, put the right leg up into the air. Exhale, bend that knee, bring that foot up between the hands. So now you're in a low lunge on the opposite foot. Inhale your arms up into a high lunge. Exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Bring the same elbow as the leg back. Hook it around that front knee. Press. Hand against hand, knee against elbow, elbow against knee. And come into a twist. On your next inhale, you can come back to center. Lift your arms up into the air. Rotate that back heel down. Warrior one. Hips are square to the front of the room. Front knee is bent. On your next exhale, release your hands back behind you and release your hands behind your back. Weird thumb on top. Shine that chest towards the ceiling. Big inhale. Exhale. Fold forward to humble warrior. Inhale your chest back into the air. Release your arms above your head. Exhale, hands down to frame your front foot. Keep that front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling up for a low cobra. And exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Then we'll lift the left leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, sweep that leg forward. Plant it in between your hands. We'll kick that back leg up to meet the front. Forward fold with the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rolling up to stand. Okay. Do a little faster this time. Inhale your arms up into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, kick that right leg back behind you, low lunge. Rotate that back foot down, we'll come right into warrior one. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back, shine that chest towards the ceiling on an inhale. Exhale again, coming down to humble warrior. Inhale the chest back into the air, reach the arms into the sky. Exhale, frame that front foot, kick it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the ground. Inhaling up for a low cobra. And exhaling back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Inhale the right leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that leg in between your hands, help it if you need to. Do your low lunge on the opposite leg. Rotate that back heel down and inhale up for warrior one. Exhale, release your hands behind you, interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale your chest into the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, back up, warrior one, release your arms into the air. Exhale, frame that front foot, kick it back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. And your next inhale will lift the left leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it in between your hands, help it if you need to. Low lunge on the other side. Yes? Yes. Kick that back leg up to meet the front, forward fold the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, rolling up to stand. Exhale, release your hands down to your sides. Okay. Good one. Standing in mountain pose to the front of the mat. Inhale your arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hand, kick the right leg back behind you, low lunge. Rotate that back heel down, inhale your arms into the air, warrior one. Exhale, release your hands back behind you, interlace your hands behind your back, shine that chest towards the ceiling on an inhale. And then exhale, come down for your humble warrior. Inhale back up, release your hands into the air. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame the front foot. Kick the front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Inhale, right leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, swing that foot in between the hands, help it if you need it. Rotate that back leg down and inhale up for warrior one. Exhale, release your hands down, interlace them behind your back, shine that chest towards the ceiling. Nice big inhale. And then exhale down to humble warrior. Inhaling back up, releasing your arms into the air. Exhaling, hands down to frame that front foot. Kick that front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, left leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, swing that foot in between the hands. Kick the back up to meet it, forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rolling up to stand. Exhale, release your arms at your sides. Okay. Beautiful. Sequence time. Inhale your arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back with your right, then left foot downward facing dog. Inhaling your right foot into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands, help it if you need to. Check in with your hips, make sure you're making any adjustments you need to get nice and sturdy here. Rotate that back foot down again. This time we'll windmill the arms up for warrior 2. Can you even see me? Okay. Make sure that back edge of that back foot is glued to the mat. Legs are nice and strong. We'll go slowly the first time through, and then we'll go through again more quickly. On your next inhale, we'll bring that palm to the sky, reach forward, and then back to reverse your warrior. On your next exhale, you can come back to warrior 2 arms. We'll straighten that front leg. Make sure you don't hyperextend your knee. On your next inhale, reach forward as much as you can and exhale down for triangle pose. Your hand can be on a block, on the mat, on your shin, wherever you prefer. Reaching your arms out in either direction. On your next inhale, we'll come back to warrior 2 arms, leave your legs as they are. We'll bring this back arm, rotate the body up so it's in the front. And then exhale down for rotated triangle. Breathing in. Inhale your arms back up, rotate back to warrior 2 arms. We'll bend that front knee again. Bring your forearm to the thigh for side angle pose. Reaching that opposite arm overhead. From here, we'll windmill the arms down to frame that front foot. Still bent, rotate that back foot up. We'll kick the front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Breathing here and down dog. On your next inhale, we'll roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. Exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. This time we'll lift the left leg in the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that knee in or bring a foot in between the hands. Help it if you need to. Get a nice, strong, sturdy stance here, low lunge. Make any adjustments you need to. Rotate that back foot down. Inhale, windmilling those arms up to warrior two. Front knee is bent. Outer edge of that back foot is glued to the mat. Arms reaching in either direction. Next inhale, we'll place the palms to the sky, reach forward, and then back for humble warrior. You're not dumping any weight in that back arm. Breathe in. Your next exhale, we'll straighten out that front knee, come back into warrior two arms, reach forward as much as you can, and then come down for triangle pose. Hand can be on a block, on the mat, on a book, on your shin. Breathe in. We'll inhale both arms up. Exhale, bring this back arm, rotate to the front, and then come down for rotated triangle. On your next inhale, push back, up into the air. Come back into warrior two arms and warrior two legs. Bring that forearm to the thigh for side angle pose. And when you're ready, you can windmill both arms back down to the mat. Get this front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Or child's pose. Your next inhale, you can hop or step to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling to fold forward. And then inhaling to roll up to stand. Exhale, release your arms at your side. Put it all together. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Legs are hips width distance apart. Inhale those arms into the air. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands and the right leg back behind you, low lunge. Rotate that back foot down. Inhale up for warrior one. Exhale, hands behind you, come down to humble warrior. Inhale back up to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, palm in the air, reverse your warrior. Exhale, straighten the leg, come down to triangle. Inhale, back up. Exhale, rotate down, rotated triangle. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Exhale to side angle pose. That's beautiful. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, freeing that front foot. We'll kick that front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting that right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot in between the hands. Help it if you need to. Now you're gonna low lunge on the opposite side. Inhale your arms up, rotate that back heel down, warrior one. Exhale, hands back behind you, humble warrior. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, come down to warrior two. Inhale, palm up, humble warrior. Exhale, straighten that front knee, come down to triangle. Inhale, back up to warrior two arms. Exhale, rotated triangle. Inhale, back up. Exhale, forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Exhale, rotate those hands down to the mat. Kick that front leg back to meet the back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Return down dog or child's pose. Inhale, left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your foot in between your hands. Kick that back foot up to meet it. Forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll up to stand. Exhale, release your hands to your sides. Whew. All right, one more like that. Standing in mountain pose at the front of your mat. Inhale your arms into the air. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands, right leg back behind you. Rotate that back heel down. We'll inhale, arms up for warrior one. Exhale, release your arms back, come into humble warrior. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, putting that palm up, coming into humble warrior. Exhale, straighten that leg, coming to triangle pose. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, rotate down for revolve triangle. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Rotate your hands down to frame that front foot. Kick that front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. On your next inhale, lift that right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands, help it if you need to. Breathe here, get a nice sturdy stance. We'll exhale, rotate that back heel down. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, release your arms back behind you, humble warrior. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, ooh, don't do that. Exhale, come into warrior two. Inhale, palm forward, humble warrior. Exhale, straighten up that knee, come forward to triangle. Inhale, arms back to warrior two, arms rotate, and exhale, down for revolve triangle. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, bend that knee, forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Rotate your hands down to frame that front foot. Kick that front foot back to meet the back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Breathing 3 breaths in down dog. Or child's pose. Inhale your left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it forward. Leave here in your low lunge. On your next exhale, get that back foot up to meet the front, forward fold at the front of the mat. Hands on shins for your inhale, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rolling up to stand. Beautiful. All right. Few more poses. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Let's inhale the arms up into the air. This time when we exhale, bring hands to heart center and then lower that bum down. From here, if you'd like to come into chair pose and release your arms into the air, you may. If you would like to bring your hands back to heart center, hook your elbow on the outside of the knee and come into a chair twist, you may. You're in a twist, go ahead and inhale back to center. Then we'll exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center here. Release your arms down, straighten out your legs. So you're in a forward fold. From here, you have many options. We're going to come into a half moon pose. So if you like to put your arms on blocks, more than welcome to. If you would like to come back into a low lunge and then kick up, you're more than welcome to. Or you can just stay standing here and kick that back leg back behind you. I like to kick up from a lunge. It feels a little more powerful. That back foot is nice and flexed. Your hips are even. You can put a block on your back and it won't fall off. Stretching in this outer thigh here. Breathing. Option to place your hands at heart center, have them reach out in front of you, or even try to bring that forehead to the shin. Option to open up the hips here into a half moon. Making sure that foot is still flexed if you're in half moon. And when you've had enough of that, you can relax your foot back, down, so you're in your forward fold again at the front of the mat. Hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward again. This time we'll go to the other foot. Again, option to just kick back from here, or come down into a lunge and kick forward. Making sure you're not falling into your arch on that standing foot. Your feet are almost making this kind of shape. Back foot is nice and flexed. Option to open up in the half moon. Foot is still flexed in either pose. Back leg is jutting out straight back behind. Release that back foot down to meet the front. So you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhaling, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward here. Inhaling, rolling back up to stand. You can release your legs, release your feet, shake yourself out. We'll do a couple balancing poses really quickly. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, you can take your foot, kickstand against your ankle. You can place your foot against your calf, or you can dig that heel into your inner thigh, whatever's most comfortable. Just don't press on your knee with your foot. Breathing here in tree, your arms can be on your hips at heart center, branches blowing in the breeze if you'd like. On your next inhale, release your foot from your leg, rotate your knee forward, elongate that leg, lift that heel a little high in the air, a little higher, then let it go. If you're standing leg, a little shake out, then we'll switch feet, placing that opposite foot pressing into the ground, make sure you're not falling into that arch. You can kickstand your heel against your ankle, place your foot along your calf, or press that heel into the thigh. Just make sure your knee is not touching your foot like mine is there. Your hands can be at your sides, at heart center, or branches blowing in the breeze. If you fall out of it, just come back in, no big deal. On your next inhale, release your foot from your leg, rotate that knee forward, elongate your leg, lift your heel in the air, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit more, and let it go. Shake out that standing leg. And we'll come back to mountain pose at the front of the mat. Shaking out your hips if you need to. Inhaling the arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, plant your hand. We'll send that right leg back behind you, low lunge. From here, we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. You can walk your fingertips around, rotate your body. This one. So that you're in a wide-legged forward fold at the side of the mat. Breathing here. You can walk your fingertips back behind you if you want to get a little bit more of a stretch in. You can walk your fingertips out in front of you and come into a wide-legged flat back. Nice big inhale here. And then exhale, come back to that wide-legged forward fold. From here, we'll heel toe the feet together as closer, as far apart as you're comfortable, and just lower the bum down into a squat. When you're ready, release the hands down, press that bum back into the air, and adjust yourself so you're in another wide-legged forward, another forward fold at the front of the mat. No more wide-legged fold, just forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward, and inhaling, rolling up to stand. All right. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, we'll inhale the arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands, kick the right leg back behind you, then the left leg downward facing dog. From here, lift the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee and swing the shin forward for pigeon pose. Make sure that back leg is nice and straight back behind you. Give yourself any support you may need underneath your hips. Shine that chest towards the ceiling. Make sure both feet are flexed and then rotate down, roll down to pigeon pose. Make sure you're not holding any tension in your shoulders. On the next inhale, you can walk your hands back, remove any props you may have. Push yourself back into tabletop pose and then we'll press the bum back to the heels for child's pose. Give your hips a little shake out if you'd like. In your next inhale, we'll push back to tabletop. Tuck those back toes under, press back into downward facing dog. Second to last vinyasa, we'll roll forward to plank. Lower your knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Inhale up for a low cobra. And exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift that left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, swing that shin forward. Make sure your foot is flexed. Make sure that back leg is nice and straight back behind you. Give yourself any support you may need. Shine that chest up into the air towards the ceiling. And then exhale, rolling down for pigeon pose. On your next inhale, you can walk your fingers back, remove any props you may have. Maneuver yourself back to tabletop pose. And press back to child's pose. On your next inhale, you can come back to tabletop. Tuck those back toes under, press yourself back into downward facing dog. Last vinyasa, you can roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling up for a low cobra, pressing back to downward facing dog. Breathe in 3 breaths and down dog. On your next inhale, roll forward to plank and lower your whole body down to the mat. Is your forehead on the mat or either cheek, whichever you prefer. Even place a block underneath your forehead if that's more comfortable. Zip those legs up back behind you from your thighs to your toes. Make sure you're nice and touch them together. Release those arms back behind you. Option, release your fingers behind your back if you'd like. On your next inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest off the mat, reaching your arms back behind you. Breathing here. Inhaling your feet into the air. Reaching your hands and legs back behind you, locust pose. Make sure you're not cringing your neck. Exhale, release your hands, release your arms, release your head back down. Give your hips a little shake out. When you're ready, bend the right knee. We'll grab the right foot with the right hand. And just stretch that quad. If you'd like a deeper stretch, try lifting that knee just about a ½ inch off the mat. If you have a strap, you can always place it around your foot or ankle and get a little bit better leverage. Release your foot. Bend your left knee, reach your left foot with your left hand. And stretch your quad. You can inhale, lift that knee about a ½ inch off the mat if you'd like a little bit deeper of a stretch. Release your foot from your hand. Option to do bow pose. Bend both knees again. Grab your feet with your hands. Inhale, lift your head, neck, chest, and feet off the mat. Exhale, kick your feet into your hands. Bow pose. On your next exhale, release down. Give your hips a little shake. And then roll onto your back. Place your feet mat width distance apart. Knock your knees in, and then windshield wiper your legs back and forth for a few breaths. And when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest nice and tight. Rock back and forth if you'd like. Roll forward and back. Rotate your knees in a circle and give yourself a low back massage. Release the feet back down to the mat so your heels just about graze with your fingertips. When you're ready, lift your hips into the air for bridge pose. You can wiggle your shoulders underneath you and interlace your hands behind your back if you'd like. You can place a block under your hips and come into a restorative bridge if you prefer. When you're ready, you can come back down to the mat. And inhale back up into the air for bridge pose again. Wiggling those shoulders underneath you if you'd like, interlacing your hands back behind you if you prefer. Release your hands, release your shoulders, bring your back down to the mat. We'll do one more bridge pose, inhaling your hips in the air. Putting those shoulders back behind you, interlacing your hands back behind your back if you prefer. These 3 big breaths. Release your hands, release your shoulders, release your spine back down to the mat. Come off the block if you've had one. We'll hug those knees back into your chest again. Option to come into a slight inversion, just extending your legs into the sky, flexing the feet here. If your knees aren't bent enough, you can always come down to about a 45-degree angle, straighten the leg, and use your hands to help your thighs back up. Option to point your toes and flex your feet here if you'd like to get some more movement in. Option to place a block under your sacrum. Hug those knees back into your chest again. One last time, nice and tight, rock back and forth. And then release your knees down to one side for your twist. Hands can be wherever's comfortable. Gaze can be to the ceiling or over your opposite shoulder for a slightly deeper twist. You can always cross the top leg over the bottom if you'd like a deeper stretch. Your next inhale, bring your knees back to center. Put them nice and close into your chest. And then exhale down to the other side. Gaze can be at the ceiling or over your opposite shoulder if you'd like a slightly bigger twist. Your next inhale, bring your knees back to center. Give yourself a nice big hug. You can rock back and forth. Sway to and fro. Move your knees in a circle and give yourself a low back massage. When you're ready, you can come into either a happy baby if you'd like. You can come into your final resting pose if you'd like. If you'd like to come to happy baby, reach for the insoles of your feet with your hands, maybe your ankles. And just press those knees into your elbows. When you've had enough of that, you can relax, let go, and come into your final resting pose. You can begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Make small movements in your fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, using your arm as a pillow, roll over and have one breath in the fetal position. Using that same slow quality of movement, you can come up to a comfortable seat. We'll close class with one Om. You can bring your hands to heart center. We'll inhale for Om. Loka Samasa Supinam Bhavantu. Namaste.